happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, the evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you.
Good day, Johnny Holmes. I'm Nick Beeman.
And I'm Mary Glenn.
And this is your ACES broadcast with a special report.
This year, Johnny Holmes is working on many different projects as a part of our school improvement plan. Here's Principal Sheila Evans with more information.
The John A. Holmes School Improvement Team met this summer to review the data sets that we had about our school from the 2013-14 school year. Certainly, we took a look at the different test results that we had, such as our end-of-course test, the information that we had at the time on the North Carolina final exams, our AP results, and the like. We also took a look at our discipline data, the number of parent conferences we had, and surveys. Took a look at our teacher working conditions survey, our safety and community building survey, the school technology needs assessment, and those kinds of things. Particularly this year, we had each teacher turn in 3 sample lesson plans from the 2013-14 school year, and we took a look at those to determine what lesson plans might have been more successful than others in order to write a lesson plan template for our school. In all of this, we were looking for our strengths and certainly the best practices that are occurring at Johnny Holmes, but we were also looking for the greatest opportunities for improvement that we would use as we wrote our projects for this year's school improvement plan. Overall, we want to ensure that a greater number of students are passing our courses, particularly continuing to look at our 9th graders. We want to increase our graduation rate, and we certainly want to meet expected growth and see the scores in the various tests increase, such as our end-of-course test, our SAT, ACT, and AP exams. Particularly this year, we're looking at data analysis, certainly working with our EVAS data, working with our benchmark data. As we finish up this first semester, we'll get a chance to look at our end-of-course tests and our North Carolina final exams for the first half of the year. And in doing so, with all of that, we want to improve the instructional decisions that are being made in the classroom so that it will have a positive effect on the teaching and learning in our classrooms.
There are several projects this year directly related to students' academic success. One directly targets those struggling in their academic works. Here is Dr. K with more on RTI.
RTI is response to intervention or responsiveness to instruction. In North Carolina, this is changing to MTSS, which is multi-tier systems of support. Basically, what the idea is that we're providing interventions for all our students at all levels. RTI is a 3-tiered approach, with Tier 1 being basic good instruction for every student and providing interventions for students who may be having difficulties there. Level 2 are more intensive interventions, where at the high school involves specific tutoring for students, and a lot of this happens during ACE time. Level 3 is very specific interventions for students. This involves perhaps direct reading instruction, or also things such as during ACE time where students are having credit recovery through our APEX credit recovery system. The whole process, what we're trying to do with RTI at the high school is to create a positive learning environment using PBIS methods and trying to make sure there are appropriate interventions in place for every student at Johnny Holmes High School.
This year, Johnny Holmes has been recognized for rewarding its students with good behavior. Here's Ms. Christopher with more on PBIS.
Hey, I'm with Miss Christopher here. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I'm good. I'm here to talk to you about what PBIS is. So can you explain to me what it is?
Sure. PBIS stands for Positive Behavior Intervention and Support. It is basically a system of expectations that we implement at the high school, and they also use it at the other schools as well, where we direct students in terms of what we expect them to do as opposed to the things they should not do. And when we have our PBIS system in place. We have a matrix of all these expectations where we have 4 tenets, basically: be safe, be responsible, be successful, and be respectful. Those are our expectations, and then we have target areas where all of these behaviors should take place.
Okay, and weren't we recently recognized for this?
We're recognized by the state as being a PBIS model school, which for a high school, that's a pretty big deal. So we're pretty proud of that, and we're working our way up towards the next level of recognition this year.
All right, well, that's awesome. Thank you, Ms. Christopher.
Thank you.
John A. Holmes has several projects related around teachers impacting success. This is directly correlated to increasing rigor in lesson plans. Here is Ms. Graven with more about this increased rigor.
Right, Ms. Graven, how has lesson planning using your template help increase rigor in the classroom?
With the template that I came up with, which is here, we have to use the standards, both North Carolina state standards and discipline standards and national standards and technology standards, to make sure that our lessons are aligned with what students need to know. After that, we come up with essential questions and objectives based on what students should know and should be able to do. And if you do all of that before you plan anything, then you can make sure, first of all, that everything you need to do is done, everything that students need to be prepared for is done. And also you can make sure that everything is connected. You don't just have a random lesson with random pieces. Every part is connected to everything else, and every part is connected back to those standards that all students have to know.
Morning, Ms. Daniels. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was just wondering how using the lesson plan template has helped you increase rigor with your students.
It's helped me to be able to support them within the classroom because we have high expectations so that all students are able to learn the curriculum that is needed to graduate from high school. So the template has enabled me to plan guided notes, various activities at their levels to be able to help them master the content.
Nick, what are you doing over there?
I'm just taking part in our one-on-one initiative program in which students use technology to impact their success and achievements in the classroom.
Here's Ms. Brooks with more information about how the one-on-one initiative improves teacher lesson planning and student achievement.
Hi, I'm here today, Laurie Brooks, to explain to you why I love using technology in my class, particularly Canvas, which is a platform we use where teachers can store units, assignments, quizzes. Students can turn in assignments and take quizzes online. So here are examples of my units online. Students can go through Canvas to take a quiz. And the really neat thing is that then immediately we can see feedback. We can go to quiz statistics, and the teacher can immediately go over what students got correct and incorrect, and it shows you percentages. Like 86% of the students got this question correct. Many students struggled with this, so we could discuss that particular item. Another reason I like using Canvas is it allows students to upload files, such as creations they make in apps, such as PicCollage or Poplet or Prezzies, and students can use critical thinking skills and higher order thinking skills when given an assignment to choose a particular app to present their assignment. So it gives students freedom to choose while they have to be tech savvy enough to create these assignments, and then they can submit them in Canvas and we can view them all together. It's a wonderful tool.
Okay, I had to do my assignment on the goddess Athena, and I chose to do it in a Prezi because I like the transition and the fact that you can add a picture at the end of the thing.
I did a pic collage on the Greek god Zeus, and I chose to do a pic collage because it's a lot easier than Prezi.
And you liked Poplet because you could see how everything connects back to Athena. Is that correct?
You may be wondering what John A. Holmes is doing to help teachers with lesson planning and the one-on-one initiative.
That would be the weekly learning teams. Here's Ms. Byron with more information.
Time to get the kids to download the app for the classroom. I'm just ready to roll. And I enjoy things that I don't have to have kids sign up for an account, because sometimes they will sign up and they forget their
So I would like to tell you about our learning teams. We have professional learning teams that meet every Wednesday, and we collaborate with different teachers, cross-curriculum, and we do this so that we empower teachers with necessary tools for success in our one-to-one learning environment. We started this last year, and this year we're building upon it. It's a great way for teachers to share best practices and learn from each other. And that's it in a nutshell.
Technology is also an important component of our STEM project. Here is Mr. Grimes with more information regarding that topic.
What work have you done with your STEM classes?
Well, first of all, I've taught them the engineering design process, 5 simple steps: ask, imagine, plan, create, improve. Based off of that, they're going to learn how to interact with the projects and other challenges that they might be facing. With Ms. Harrison, we've got them to go on a regulator tour, and that was last week, and I've heard a lot of really good reviews about that. And lastly, I'm really focusing on teaching critical thinking skills, thinking outside of the box, making the box disappear, going further than you think you can.
This year, Johnny Holmes has 2 projects geared towards preparing students for college and universities.
Students are allowed to take classes at our local college COA, but also receive preparation classes for the ACT.
ACT prep class will be offered here at Johnny Holmes for all the juniors because they all have to take the ACT, and that is they do take that test during school hours. Teachers have been trained on this a few, and we have some more we need to train, and basically the students will be coming to class, and we already have some practice test materials to give them, and we'll just be going through test-taking strategies and those practice tests.
This year, the senior project switched from a career-based research project to more of a service-based learning project.
Here's Ms. Downing with more information on that, as well as the new and improved summer reading program.
This year will be the first year of the implementation of the senior project, whereby students are doing service learning. Students are doing projects such as with working with topics such as poverty, where students have actually done food drives where they've given the things that they've collected to the food pantry, the local food pantry here in Edenton. And the students are also required to do 20 hours worth of additional hours of community service to camp. If they are freshmen, from freshman to sophomore year, from freshman to their junior year, they have 75 hours to complete in community service, in addition to whatever they will do with their service learning project when they become seniors.
Hey, I'm here with Lacey. How are you doing today?
Good.
That's good. I was wondering if you could explain to me what you did for your volunteer work for the senior project.
I volunteered at the hospital. I worked in the surgical waiting room, and I communicated with the doctors and then communicated with the patients' families. I also kept track of them and where they were going and when they needed to be back to see the patient.
And was this experience beneficial to you?
Yes, it was, because I got to meet a lot of people, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, Ms. White, what do student mentors do?
Student mentors is a group of seniors who have partnered up with underclassmen and have been positive role models for them as far as providing academic support as well as self-esteem support. Especially help freshmen be successful with their first year of high school, help them give them that support for academics as well as self-esteem, and then also have someone to look up to as far as keeping students in school, keeping them on track, and showing them the positive side of being a upperclassman as well.
Another initiative that we have in our English department is that we are doing a summer reading program. What we've done is created a list of readings for each grade level from 9th through the 12th grade. And we will give those to the students or put them on our website where students will be able to see them and they'll be able to read during the summer. Along with that, they will get guided reading questions where they will be tested on what they have read.
Give me a A. Academic achievement. Give me a C. Communication.
Creativity. Critical thinking.
Collaboration. Give me a E.
Encouragement. Engagement.
Give me a S.
Success.
Service. What do we got?
Aces! This is your Johnny Holmes School Improvement Plan 2014-2015. I'm Mary Glenn.
And I'm Nick Beeman, and this has been your ACES Broadcast.